Hey guys, welcome to the Bath Fizz and Foam YouTube channel. My name is Robyn French Smith, and today we're going to talk about the Cada bowl mold. The Cada bowl mold is a little bit like a bombshell mold, so you can see it's kind of together and stuck. With a good healthy tap, it comes apart, and I'm going to start molding it. So I like to have a light, fluffy mixture, and I sprinkle the mix in, kind of on the sides, and then I just lightly tap it in place. You can see I'm being very gentle. I'm not packing it in there. Don't pack it in there. You don't need to do that. And then I use my finger to kind of carve out a little space in the middle. And then this is the next part that is like key, I think, to using bombshell molds, and it's why I really love rounded bombshell molds. I do have some like square bombshell molds, but they are more difficult to work with than the rounded ones. But basically you can see I'm like pushing in. Ooh, there you go. Yeah. Rock it. So you're going to just kind of rock it back and forth to make sure that you've got it in place. And then I'm going around the outside edge and just pressing my palm on the outside edge as I turn it. I'm tapping the mold on the side of the mold, not the top. I'm tapping the side of the mold, and you can see how beautiful and clean that comes out. I'm just going to turn it over and give it some healthy taps. I probably could have tapped it more than I did because the suction was still pretty strong on it, and I slowly lifted it up, and ta-da. I will repeat that about 4 more times. The reason I wanted to show you guys this mold today is because I'm going to be using them in a project this Friday in Saponification Nation on Facebook when I do a Facebook Live in that group. That group is normally focused about soap, but Bath Fizz and Foam is the sister to Saponification Nation. And so Amanda, Aaron, and I talked about it, and we thought it would be a great little crossover to do. And if it's successful, we may do it, kind of make it like a once-a-month thing. So there you go. I'm just going to be rocking it back and forth. I'm trying to show you like in slow motion. Like obviously, normally when I'm making the bath bombs, I'm not doing it that slow. But I just wanted you guys to see that. And then I'm just putting some light pressure around the edge as I go around. You don't need like a whole lot of force behind this because it's a hand press mold. Like you don't need Herculean strength, okay? You're going to be good. The bottom has like a little tiny flaw in it, and it's fine because I'm going to be filling this up with something, but I can't tell you what, but I'm like really excited about it, but I can't tell you yet, like sorry. When you flip it over, you don't have to worry that the bath bomb will fall out. There's really no worry that that's going to happen. It's in there pretty good, and actually you have to tap it pretty, give it some healthy taps, healthy wax to get it out. So once again, here's the side view for you guys, just because, you know, I'm a visual learner. Are you a visual learner? If you're a visual learner and I'm a visual learner, we can learn visually together, my friend. So anyway, yeah, filling the mold up on the side, just lightly kind of pressing it in on the side, and then using my finger to kind of carve out a little space in the middle. One thing about this mold is it looks round, but it is actually not perfectly round. And so one of these times I end up breaking the lip of the mold because I didn't have it in there like perfectly. I didn't have it in there correctly. And then so I tried to like lift the press piece up and like readjust it, and I ended up breaking the lip. I went ahead and left that footage in there. So you guys can see that it's not always daisies and roses for me. I do have bath bomb fails too, but dang, it's so satisfying. I have to say, a perfect bath bomb like that is like super satisfying. And I'm trying to show you, like, I'm really giving it some hard wax, and then I'm really slowly pulling up to break the suction. You don't want to force it, you know. You kind of want to let gravity do its thing. I believe this is the one that I break. Let's find out together. So yeah, I'm putting the mix in again on the side, and like I said, I'm not packing it in. Now this mix is not the high humidity recipe that I typically use. I'm testing some recipes for another project that I have going on, and so that's what this mix is. So it's a little bit drier than the high humidity recipe, but it still does a stand-up job. So I don't think that, you really need like a special mix if you're going to be using a mold like this. You do probably want to increase your oils a little bit. I know that that's a key when using 3D printed molds like this. Oil heavy recipes tend to be successful. Okay, look, you can see like I'm trying to get it in there on the side and I'm like kind of having to force it. And I was like lying to myself and telling myself like this is fine. But like inside in my heart, like I knew it probably wasn't fine and I knew I probably needed to fix it. So right here, I pick it up and I turn it. And I really should have just like right there just redone the whole thing, but I was determined to make it work. You could even peek in the side and see it was cracked. Look. So it's okay. Just dump it out. Make sure you break the mix back up till it is nice and fluffy again. I don't prefer, I know some people do prefer like a really well-packed bath bomb, but I don't know. For me, it's always worked better when I don't like pack it in very heavily. When I keep my mix light and fluffy, and then I'm just packing it slightly on the sides so it holds, but I'm definitely not like squashing and pushing and forcing the mix in there like I see some makers do, and I'm way off of the camera, so I'm sorry about that. I don't know why. I just was like, oh, am I filming? I don't even remember. And there we go with the rockin'. One thing that's really interesting about this video is I normally have like a podcast going on while I'm making, or like music in the background. And this is like a very rare video where when I was like going to edit the audio out of the background, there's almost nothing. Like I wasn't listening to anything. I was just making and it was like really quiet. And I might actually do like another version of this where you can just hear like the sound of like the crunching of the mix in against the mold, and like the sound of the scraping and the tapping and just kind of like the sounds of bath bomb making. Like, I don't know. I think that that's part of what's like really soothing to me. Oh, that little guy had some warts. He just had like one wart that kept popping up. So I had to like go by every few minutes and like tap that little wart down. Stop getting warts. It's not that big a deal. It just means it didn't mix all my water in. Guys, thanks so much for watching this quick little video on how to use the Cada bowl mold. If you are so inclined, you can come visit us at bathfizzandfoam.com or come see us at Bath Fizz and Foam Bath Bomb and Bubble Bar Support Group on Facebook. We do live videos all the time, and we would love to see your smiling little face there. And as always, happy making.